Hello, everyone. There is something waiting for you on the other side of tonight. Leo, something you have been thinking about quietly, privately, sometimes almost obsessively for longer than you want to admit. And the cards in front of me right now are telling me that the waiting is over. What you've been holding in your mind, what you've been replaying, what you've been imagining, it is finally moving from the space of thought into the space of reality. And it's happening tomorrow. So if you're watching this on the 14th, I need you to understand that you didn't find this reading randomly. Something brought you here today specifically so you could be prepared, so you could be open, so you could walk into tomorrow with your eyes wide and your hands ready to receive what's been on its way to you. Don't skip a single section of this reading, because what I reveal toward the end is the piece that is going to make everything else make sense. Leo, I want to ask you something before we even touch the first card. What have you been thinking about? Not in a casual way. I mean the thought that returns, the one that comes back when you're in the shower, when you're trying to fall asleep, when you're in the middle of doing something completely unrelated and your mind drifts. The thing you've turned over so many times in your mind that you almost feel embarrassed by how much mental space it takes up. Is it a person? Someone you haven't been able to stop thinking about, whether that's someone new who walked into your life and lit something up, or someone from your past who never quite left your thoughts completely? Is it a situation, a change you've been wanting to make, a move, a decision, a step forward that you've been ready for, but something kept stalling? Is it a dream? Something you want for your life that you've been too cautious to fully claim yet? A financial breakthrough, a creative vision, a version of your daily reality that looks and feels completely different from what you have now? Whatever it is, Leo, that's the thing. That's what this reading is about. That's what tomorrow is bringing. Because the thought that keeps returning to you is not a distraction. It is not wishful thinking. It is not your mind playing tricks. It is your intuition receiving a signal from something that is already in motion, already moving toward you, already closer than it appears. And tonight is the last night before it begins to land. Card 1, the moon. The very first card in this reading is the moon. And Leo, the fact that this card opened your reading on the 14th, the night before everything shifts, is not a coincidence. The moon is the card of what lives beneath the surface, of the thoughts you haven't spoken out loud, of the feelings that are real and significant but exist in that quiet, internal space that nobody else fully has access to. The moon is the card of the private world, the world inside your mind, and it is appearing here to validate something important. The thing you've been thinking about? The moon confirms that it's been more than just a thought. It's been a knowing, a deep, cellular knowing that this particular thing, this person, this situation, this change is connected to you in a real and meaningful way. Not all thoughts carry that quality. This one does. The moon also speaks to a shift from uncertainty to clarity. And this is what I want you to really feel right now, Leo. Because for many of you, there has been a fog around this situation. You haven't been able to see it clearly. You've been reading between lines, interpreting signals, lying awake, wondering what is real and what is just, your hope making things up. The moon is telling me the fog is lifting, and it's lifting tomorrow. Something that has been hidden, either hidden by circumstances, or hidden by someone's silence, or hidden simply by timing, is about to become visible. And what you see when the fog clears is going to either confirm what your gut has been telling you, or it's going to surprise you in a way that is even better than what you hoped. Either way, Leo, clarity is coming, and clarity is always a gift, even when it arrives unexpectedly. Card 2, the Lovers. Leo, I genuinely felt this card before I pulled it. The Lovers card showing up as your second card on July 14th. I need you to understand what this means for you right now. The Lovers is not simply a card about romantic love, though for many of you that dimension is absolutely present. The Lovers is fundamentally a card about choice, about alignment, about two things, two people, two paths, two energies coming together in a way that feels fated, chosen, right? For those of you whose primary thought, the one that keeps returning, is about a person, this card is speaking directly to your situation. There is a connection here that is real, not imagined, not one-sided, real. And the choice that is being made, whether by you, by them, or by both of you simultaneously, is moving toward alignment. I'm picking up on something very specific here that I want to share. For some of you, there has been a period of distance, not necessarily physical distance, though that may be part of it, an emotional distance, a gap in communication, a silence that has been hard to interpret and harder to sit with. And what the Lovers card is telling me is that this gap is closing. Someone is choosing to close it deliberately, consciously, with full awareness of what it means. And for those of you who know exactly who I'm talking about, you can feel it, can't you? Something in you has been sensing this shift before your logical mind could confirm it. Trust that feeling. It's been right all along. Now, for those of you whose primary thought is not about a person, but about a decision, a life choice, a directional shift, the Lovers is telling you that the path that is in alignment with your truest self is becoming clear. You've been weighing options, feeling the pull in different directions. That pull is about to resolve. The right direction is going to reveal itself in a way that feels unmistakable. Card 3, the Eight of Pentacles. Now this card brings in a very grounding, affirming energy that I love in the context of everything we're building here today. The Eight of Pentacles is the card of mastery, of dedicated effort, of someone who has been showing up consistently, putting in the work, honing the craft, improving, building even without immediate reward or recognition. And this card is appearing in your reading today to tell you one thing above all else. It has been seen. Leo, whatever you have been working on, whether that's a tangible project, a skill you've been developing, a goal you've been quietly and persistently moving toward, the effort you've put in has been registered by the universe. And what's happening now, what's beginning to unfold around tomorrow, is in part a direct response to that consistent effort. I also want to draw your attention to something specific about the Eight of Pentacles in this position. This card often appears right before a breakthrough, not at the beginning of the hard work, but at the end of it. When you're close, when the skill has been developed enough, the foundation solid enough, the preparation complete enough, that what you've been working toward can now actually arrive. You are at that point, Leo. The preparation is done. The arrival is next. For some of you, this is very literal, something related to your career, your income, a project or creation that is about to be recognized in a new way. For others, it's more personal, an inner readiness that has been building, a version of yourself that has been quietly coming into form that is now ready to step forward. Either way, the work was worth it, and you're about to find out exactly how much. Card 4, the Ace of Swords. This card cuts through everything, Leo. That's what Aces of Swords do. They arrive with a blade of absolute clarity, and they cut away every layer of confusion, every false narrative, every fog of uncertainty, and what they leave behind is truth. Clean, clear, undeniable truth. And on the 14th, Going into tomorrow, this card is extraordinary. The Ace of Swords is telling me that a breakthrough in understanding is coming for you. A moment where something finally makes sense, where the thing you've been trying to figure out suddenly becomes obvious, where the answer you've been searching for arrives so clearly that you almost laugh at how long it seemed complicated. This is also the card of a conversation, of words being said that need to be said, of communication that has been delayed or avoided or circling without landing, finally landing. And whatever gets communicated, Leo, whether you're the one speaking or the one receiving, it's going to cut through all the ambiguity and give you something solid to stand on. For some of you, this is a confession. For others, it's an answer to a question you've been carrying. For others still, it's a decision you've been unable to make, finally becoming clear, the mental clutter lifting, and the right path becoming obvious. Whatever form it takes, Leo, clarity is arriving with this card, and clarity changes everything. Do you feel how this reading is moving, Leo? The moon lifting the fog, the lovers bringing alignment, the Eight of Pentacles confirming your effort was worth it, and now the Ace of Swords cutting through every last bit of uncertainty. The energy is building towards something specific, and what I'm about to show you in the second half of this reading is where it all becomes crystal clear. Card 5, the Three of Cups. And just like that, the energy shifts into something joyful. The Three of Cups is the card of celebration, of good news, of the moment when something wonderful happens and you feel it in your whole body, that burst of genuine happiness that can't be faked and can't be manufactured. The kind that makes you want to call someone immediately. The kind that makes you cover your mouth with your hand because you can hardly believe it. That is the energy of tomorrow for you, Leo. Something is coming that is going to feel like a celebration, a piece of news, a development, a conversation, a moment that lands with the quality of pure joy, and not just for you, but potentially around you. Because the Three of Cups often appears when the good that is arriving touches more than just one person, when it ripples outward. I'm also picking up on a real sense of relief with this card. Not just happiness, but the particular feeling of relief that comes when something you've been uncertain about resolves beautifully. When the thing you were worried might not work out, works out perfectly, better than you hoped. Leo, do you remember the last time you felt that specific kind of joy? The surprised, overwhelmed, genuine joy that catches you off guard because you'd almost stopped believing it was possible? That's what tomorrow has. Leo, we've covered 5 cards. And already the story being told is so specific, so layered, so perfectly calibrated to this exact moment in your life that I genuinely feel privileged to be reading for you today. The moon, the lovers, the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Three of Cups, fog lifting, alignment arriving, effort rewarded, clarity breaking through, celebration coming. And now I want to go even deeper, because in this second section of the reading, the cards are going to show me not just what is arriving, but the full emotional texture of what this means for you. The why behind the what, the feeling behind the event. Because sometimes the most important part of a breakthrough isn't the thing itself. It's what it means for who you are and how you move through your life after it arrives. She comes in quietly but powerfully, and I want you to pay close attention to what she's saying to you today, Leo. The High Priestess is the keeper of inner truth. She is the part of you that has always known, and I mean always. Before the situation got complicated, before you started second-guessing yourself, before other people's opinions and your own fears started muddying the water, there was a part of you that knew how this person felt about you, knew which direction was right for you, knew that what you were building was worth it, knew that what you've been thinking about wasn't just a fantasy. The High Priestess appearing now, at this specific point in this reading, is validation. She is telling you that your inner knowing has been accurate all along. That the quiet voice you've been listening to and sometimes talking yourself out of was telling the truth. And here is something very specific that I'm picking up from this card for your reading today. There's information that hasn't reached you yet. Something that is currently just below the surface of what you can see. It might be what someone is feeling but hasn't expressed. It might be a development that exists but hasn't been communicated to you yet. It might be a realization that is forming in someone else's mind right now that will become words tomorrow. The High Priestess says, what is hidden is about to surface, and what surfaces is going to validate everything your intuition has been telling you. Leo, you've been right. About the thing you've been thinking about, you've been right. Leo, the Six of Wands is one of the most unambiguously positive cards in the entire tarot when it comes to success and recognition, and it is sitting right here in the middle of your reading on the 14th. This card is about winning, not in an aggressive, competitive way, but in the deep, satisfying sense of something working out, of effort being recognized, of a situation resolving in your favor in a way that is visible, tangible, and real. For those of you with something pending, a decision being made by someone else that affects you, a result you've been waiting on, an outcome that has been uncertain, the Six of Wands is saying, it's going to go your way. The result that you're hoping for is the result that's coming. And I want to draw your attention to the public quality of this card. The Six of Wands often speaks to recognition that comes from outside, from others, seeing and acknowledging your worth, your talent, your value. If there has been a situation where you've felt underestimated, overlooked, not fully seen, this card is the turning point. What you bring is about to become very visible, and what is visible gets rewarded. For those of you who have been quietly building something, a career, a creative project, a reputation, something is about to break through to a new level, a wider audience, a better opportunity, a recognition that opens doors you've been knocking on for a while. Leo, you are stepping into your victory, and it looks extraordinary on you. And here the energy catches fire. The Knight of Wands is fast, passionate, fearless. He moves toward what he wants without hesitation and without apology. He doesn't overthink. He doesn't second guess. He feels the pull towards something and he goes. And this energy is entering your life tomorrow, Leo. For some of you, this represents a person. Someone whose energy is electric, magnetic, exciting. Someone who pursues you. And when I say pursues, I mean with genuine enthusiasm, with heat, with the kind of directness that takes your breath away because you've been accustomed to people who circle around what they want instead of just going for it. This person is not circling. They are moving toward you, quickly, with intention. For others, the Knight of Wands is about your own energy shifting. Something ignites in you tomorrow. A spark of clarity and motivation and fearlessness that has been a little dimmed lately suddenly blazes back to full brightness, and you're going to feel it physically like a switch flipping, like something unlocking, like the version of you that is confident and bold and fully alive coming back online. I also want to mention that the Knight of Wands carries news, energy, fast-moving information, a message, a call, a development that arrives quickly and that carries real heat, something that makes your pulse quicken when you receive it. Be ready for that, Leo. It's coming tomorrow. Leo, this is the final section of today's reading, and I want to speak to you directly now, not as a tarot reader speaking to a general audience, but as someone who has been genuinely moved by what the cards have shown me for you today. because this reading on this particular date for Leo, it's extraordinary. And the message it carries is one I want to make sure you really absorb before tomorrow arrives. The Two of Wands is the card of the person standing at the edge of something new, holding the map of where they're going, feeling the expansion ahead of them, wide open, full of possibility, full of promise. And Leo, that person is you, right now, tonight, standing on the edge of what tomorrow brings. This card speaks to a choice that has been made, maybe by you, maybe by someone whose choice affects you, that is pointing toward expansion, toward growth, toward something bigger and better than the current landscape of your life. I'm also picking up on a sense of boldness with this card that I really want you to carry with you into tomorrow. The Two of Wands figure doesn't look afraid of the expanse ahead of them. They look ready, curious, energized by the possibility. That is the energy I want you to bring into tomorrow, Leo. Not cautious, not braced, not half open, fully ready, because what's coming deserves your full presence. It deserves the version of you that is alive and bold and completely willing to receive. A message is coming, Leo. That's the most direct interpretation of the Page of Cups in this position, in this reading. A message literal or metaphorical that carries genuine emotional significance. Something heartfelt, something sincere, something that when you receive it, you're going to feel it land somewhere deep. For many of you, this is the communication you've been waiting for. The words from a specific person that have been forming somewhere, that have been held back by timing or nerves or circumstance, that are now finally ready to reach you. And these words, Leo, they're going to mean something. Real something. The Page of Cups also carries a quality of unexpected tenderness, of something sweet and genuine arriving in a way you didn't predict. Because the thoughts you've been thinking about this person, this situation, you've been imagining many possible versions of how things could go, but the actual version that arrives might be softer, more sincere, more vulnerable than you expected. And that unexpected tenderness is going to move you. For those of you who are not in a romantic reading, the Page of Cups still brings a message. Creative inspiration that arrives like a gift. An idea so clear and complete that it feels like it was delivered to you. An unexpected piece of information that opens a door you didn't know was there. However this card shows up for you tomorrow, Leo, pay attention to it. It's carrying something important. Tonight, Leo, before you go to sleep, I want you to do something for me. Take a few quiet minutes, and instead of replaying everything you're uncertain about, instead of running through worst-case scenarios, instead of protecting yourself from hope by imagining all the ways tomorrow could be ordinary, I want you to let yourself feel excited. Actually excited. The way you felt when you were younger and something wonderful was coming. The way your body knew before your mind caught up that something good was about to happen. Because tomorrow, July 15th, something that has been living only in your thoughts is going to begin becoming real. That person you've been thinking about, that situation you've been hoping would resolve, that shift you've been ready for, that surprise the universe has been building for you. It's coming. And Leo, you are so ready for it, more ready than you know, more deserving of it than you've let yourself believe, and more capable of receiving it fully than you've been in a long time. Go into tomorrow open. Go into tomorrow expecting the good. Go into tomorrow as the Leo you truly are, the one who deserves every beautiful thing that is arriving. I am so happy for you, and I cannot wait to hear what tomorrow brings. If something in this reading landed for you today, if it touched the thing you've been privately thinking about, please leave a comment. You don't have to share every detail. Just tell me, are you ready for your surprise? Can you feel it coming? And when tomorrow happens, when the thing shifts, Come back and tell me. I genuinely want to know. If you haven't subscribed yet and this reading found you on exactly the right day, take that as your sign. I'm here every week with readings for Leo and all the signs. Come be part of this community. Until then, Leo, rest well tonight. Something beautiful is about to begin.